Hi guys, welcome to my second ever commentary video on YouTube. If you watched the last one, then thank you very much for coming back, or if this is your first time watching one of my videos, welcome to the channel. Now, before I say anything else, I watched back the previous commentary video, and I kind of realised that it was pretty boring. My commentary was fairly dull, so I decided that today I'm going to try and make it a bit more interesting. Channel my inner Super GT, I think, is the way to go. So yeah, hopefully this will be a bit more of an interesting commentary. So we've got a really good race here today in the GT class, as always, in the BMW M8, which I think is my favourite GT car in this game at the moment. It's definitely not the best, but it's just very stable, really easy to drive, and it's definitely quick enough to keep up with the quicker cars. So let's have a look at the first corner here. Always an interesting situation, first corners in Forza Motorsport. Now I'm going to go slightly wide, try and get around people. There's a bit of carnage going up ahead as KTM backwards. I'm going to be able to get around everyone pretty much, going around the outside, and straight up to 10th already, so pretty good start as they go. The BMW on the inside there getting a bit aggressive and then getting a shove from the Viper. It's two cars wide. This Bentley pushing his way through, but that's fine, don't have to worry about that too much. We'll let him through. And actually we'll take both the BMW and the Bentley on the brakes in that corner, so that's very nicely done. And we've got a tiny bit of space to that massive gaggle of cars behind, so all in all, good position. 8th place, halfway through the first lap, so very good so far. Now the Porsche there getting very sideways, and luckily I managed to sneak up the inside of him and avoid going into him, because that would have been very bad. A little look from the Viper there, but he decides against it. He looks up the inside again, but doesn't have the speed in the exit to get past us. And then he obviously brakes a little bit too late there, because he kind of flies past us on the outside and has to go a bit wide to avoid hitting us. So nice of him not to just go into the back of us, as most Forza Motorsport players seem to do. So yeah, I'll give him that. He didn't go into the back of us, that's nice of him. Okay, so coming across the line, starting the second lap. That's a pretty good first lap, up to 7th now. So yeah, couldn't really have asked for much better of a first lap. Now we have got the Viper behind, who's just staying within range of a possible overtake. That Ferrari there going very wide, so that's another free position. Now the Bentley there, don't know what happened there. It seemed to turn right on a straight, which isn't particularly ideal, and then comes back at 90 degrees onto the track, and I have nowhere to go other than into him. So yeah, unfortunately getting caught up on him and losing the place to the Viper, which is really annoying. But oh well, we're 6th place anyway, so we did gain a position over the Bentley. Just lost it straight back to the Viper. But we'll see what we can do. We know this guy's fairly quick. He's kept up with me so far, so I'll just try and stick to the back of him, make sure I can stay in the slipstream, and then yes, if we can make a move at some point. So there's the Ferrari just saying hello to us in a nice friendly way, give us a little shove up the arse. So yeah, he is going to have better top speed than me on the straight, just that Ferrari has very good top speed. So I'm going to give him the space on the inside, try and force him a little bit narrow, which he does, try and defend that corner. And he's going to brake very early there. I'm going to brake at my kind of normal braking point and actually make a move out the outside, although here he just completely cuts me off, which is great. So yeah, he did no racing etiquette from that Ferrari at all, and just shoves me into the grass, so lost 2 positions there. But anyway, we'll continue. Now this Bentley up in front, me and him were having a really good battle during practice before this race, and we were fairly evenly matched. He was roughly the same pace as me, so when he overtook me there, I thought this was going to be a bit of an interesting battle, because I know that he's at least a fairly quick driver, but we'll see what we can do in the race. I'm going to look up the inside, just not to actually go for a move, but just to scare him a bit, try and make him go a bit wide, which he does, but not really enough for me to get an overtake. Then he goes very narrow to defend that corner, which I don't think was really necessary. I wasn't close enough to go for a move, not in my opinion at least. So that kind of compromises his exit a bit. So we're going to be well within slipstream range here, going into the kind of back straight, I guess, not really much of a straight. And again, he goes quite narrow to defend, which again I didn't really think was necessary. So he's kind of slowing himself down unnecessarily there. I go into the back of him because he braked quite early, which I just say sorry about, and back off a bit. No point, causing any issues there. Now this track, Hakone, I think it's called Hakone. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it, but I think that's the track. At least might be a different one. But a lot of the curbs on this track can be really abused. You can really cut them quite hard and not get away without penalty. So that's something to remember if the next time you're on this track, is just to learn where you can get away with cutting the curbs, because it can allow you to gain quite a lot of time. Now you might have noticed we've got a KTM just behind us. He's poking his nose into view every now and then. He's pretty quick. He's caught up with us already, and we haven't been fighting. So yeah, he's a quick driver. I've just got to be aware that he's behind me, and he does put quite a lot of pressure on me over the next couple of laps. But still sticking behind the Bentley and the Ferrari ahead as well. He hasn't really escaped from this little group. So that's good for us, because it means that there definitely is the possibility to catch up with him and maybe get an overtake on track. Now the Bentley doesn't go defensive this time, but I'm not going to go for a move. It wasn't anywhere near close enough. Again, just trying to get a smooth exit from that corner, just so I can have the best speed on the back straight as possible, and obviously well within slipstream range again. So yeah, I'm going to be catching him coming up to this corner. So yeah, that curb is one of the ones you really can abuse, especially. But then the Bentley goes into the pits on lap 4, which some drivers do choose to go in on lap 4 and try and go for the longer stint at the second half of the race. I always prefer to go a lap more and have fresher tyres at the end of the race. I think it's way easier in this game, especially to be attacking and trying to take places rather than defend them by the end of the race. Now the KTM there, having a little look up the inside, up the inside of that corner, but he does back out of it. He doesn't go for it in the end, but he's still very much there. He's right behind me, stuck right to my rear. Now skipping ahead to the end of that lap, nothing really happened, so going into the pits now, as does the KTM. Skipping through here, coming out the pits in 7th place. There is a car to our right. There's the Bentley, so he has a lap older tyres than us, but we didn't manage to jump him in the pits, which isn't the end of the world. But we are back in this little pack of 3, the Bentley, me, and then the KTM behind. So back into this battle, which actually so far has been a pretty interesting one, and fairly good racing from all of us. Nothing too dirty, which is really good to see. Now he goes a little bit defensive there and doesn't take the best line. He gets a little bit wide, so I get really close to him in the kind of the middle of the corner, but I don't manage to get on the inside of him. He blocks it off quite well. So opportunity for a move there, maybe, had I been expecting it, but never mind. I'm sure we'll get him another corner. And there again, he does the same thing. Goes very, very narrow trying to defend, and ends up just basically having a really bad corner. He's losing a lot of time and speed through that corner, which actually allows the KTM to get right behind me as well, which isn't great, because as much as I want to be overtaking this Bentley, I also need to be thinking about the KTM behind and trying to stop him from getting past.
3 to go.
So the KTM's right behind, and I'm going to go slightly defensive there. He looks on the outside, but I've braked early enough that it shouldn't be an issue, and yeah, he has to back out there. I get a better exit than him, so pretty good defence there from me. So I think about now, this Bentley has obviously a lap older tyres than I do, and I think I've begun to realise that I am slightly quicker than him on track anyway. I'm not sure how fast the Bentley is as a car. Maybe it is not one of the best cars, but yeah, he is now starting to hold me up slightly, so I am going to start looking for an opportunity to pass. Again, goes very defensive there, but you know, he's a decent driver. He knows how to defend, so there's no way really I'm going to get past him around that corner. But I'm right behind him on this back straight, so definitely a potential for a move in the next couple of corners. Tap him slightly there, but nothing too bad, doesn't cause him to spin out or anything, and a warning from the marshals, luckily not a penalty, which definitely could have been a penalty there given the state of Forza's penalty system. But he goes really narrow here and brakes slightly late, and I'm just going to cut across the curb and cut under him really nicely there and actually get a decent exit. He is right on my tail, but I'm going to go on the inside for the next corner, give him space on the inside there. But yeah, he backs out of it. I brake nice and early so I can stay on the inside of the corner, defend him off there, and that move is pretty much done now. And immediately, look, he's already a second behind. He's falling back straight away. And the KTM is right behind him now, so he's going to have to be thinking about that. Now, skipping to the final lap of the race, you see this Viper ahead had gone off in that corner. So I've actually managed to catch up. He was a good 3 or 4 seconds ahead, but just with that one mistake, I've managed to catch right up with him. And he's had a really bad run of it through that set of corners, so I'm actually going to get a move up the inside, brake nice and early. He brakes really late trying to fight it, and that's a really nice move around the inside, and yeah, that's it really. That was the race, up to 6th, which I'm really happy with. That was a really good race, good racing from everyone there. No dirty drivers, no even really any big mistakes, you know, in terms of fighting. So yeah, very happy with that. I have to say I've been really impressed with Forza recently, and you know, I am a higher driver rating. I think I'm about 4,800 to 4,900. So obviously better drivers in my lobbies, but even so, I've come across very few, you know, rammers or anyone causing issues on purpose. So yeah, there you go. Very happy with that. That's a good result. Up 10 places. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Do let me know if you did enjoy it. If you want more commentary videos, I'm very keen to hear your feedback. So yeah, let me know, and I hope to see you on the channel soon.